Welcome to Pennywise Books, where we turn timeless books into rich, engaging conversations that feed your mind. If you've ever wished for full book value with zero reading, you're exactly where you need to be. Settle in. Today's book might just unlock a new way of seeing money. And if you find this useful, insightful, or even just a little inspiring, go ahead and subscribe. It helps more curious minds find us too. Let's dive in.
Welcome, curious learners, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a bit of a shortcut, really, to getting well-informed on something that, well, fascinates everyone: how to get wealthy and how to keep it.
Right. The keeping it part is key.
Exactly. But our guide isn't some modern finance bro. Nope. We are diving into the art of money getting, or golden rules for making money. And it's by the legendary showman, P.T. Barnum, the greatest show on earth guy.
The man himself. It's kind of surprising, isn't it?
It really is. This was published way back in 1880. And look, it's not some dry business textbook. It's actually full of witty, sharp insights, still very relevant.
Very.
From a man who, let's be honest, said his aim was to put money in his own coffers. People think he said, there's a sucker born every minute.
Which he didn't actually say. That's a common myth.
Right. But his actual principles here, they really cut deep into human nature, ambition, all that stuff.
It's a remarkable read.
Yeah.
Not just, historically interesting, but wow, does it resonate today? Barnum wasn't just the circus guy. He was a small business owner, started newspapers. He really understood people. I mean, his autobiography was apparently huge back then.
Yeah, like second only to the New Testament in North America, which is wild.
That tells you something, right? He knew how to connect. And he clearly knew a thing or two about managing money.
Definitely. So that's our mission today. Pull out the best spits, the golden rules from Barnum. We'll look at saving, business strategy, even his thoughts on personal habits.
Yeah, some surprising stuff in there.
Let's see what this 19th century showman can teach us about getting ahead today. Sound good?
Let's dive in.
Okay, so Barnum kicks things off with this statement that probably feels familiar. He says, back in 1880, America, making money. Not that hard for healthy folks.
Right.
But keeping it, that, he says, is the most difficult thing in the world.
And he immediately connects it to older wisdom, doesn't he? He brings up Dr. Franklin.
And Franklin, yeah.
Who said the road to wealth is as plain as the road to the mill, basically. Spend less than you earn. Simple.
So simple, yet so hard.
Exactly. And then he uses Mr. Micawber from Dickens.
Mm-hmm.
Always waiting for something to turn up.
Yeah. Classic.
Micawber's problem. Income £20, spending £20 and sixpence. Misery. Income £20, spending 19 and sixpence.
Yeah.
Happiness.
It's just basic math, but yeah, a constant human struggle.
It really is.
But Barnum warns, lots of people think they get economy, but they just confuse it with being mean or stingy.
Right, that false economy.
Yeah. He describes people saving cheese pairings and candle ends. Like this farmer's wife using only one candle saves a few bucks a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's sitting in the dark, missing out on reading information, maybe opportunities.
And that's where it gets tricky, because she feels so thrifty in that one small way.
Uh-huh.
She then feels okay splurging elsewhere. Maybe on fancy ribbons, stuff she doesn't need.
Okay.
That's Dr. Franklin again. Saving at the spigot and wasting at the bunghole. Pennywise, pound foolish.
Right. Like that Punch magazine joke, the guy buys a cheap herring for dinner, but hires a coach and 4 horses to take it home.
Exactly. So what Barnum's getting at, true economy, it's not about just being cheap. It's about priorities. Knowing value.
Making your income always exceed your outgo. That's his definition. Creating a margin.
Yeah, that buffer.
And he suggests simple things. Wear clothes longer, mend stuff, eat plainer food. Just create that space.
He even has that great tip about the ledger.
Oh, yeah, the ledger. Necessaries versus luxuries. Keep track.
And he predicts you'll probably find the luxuries column is way, way bigger than you thought.
It's such a simple, powerful self-awareness tool. Could totally change how you see your spending today.
So the question is, why do we fall into this trap? The math is simple.
Yeah, why?
Barnum thinks it's off in the eyes of others. Fear of what Mrs. Grundy may say, that social pressure, keeping up appearances.
Oh, totally. Keeping up with the Joneses 1880 style.
Exactly. He criticizes that American idea of free and equal when it just means trying to spend like your rich neighbor.
Like the guy hiring a horse and buggy he can't afford.
Right. While his wife is back home scrubbing floors, it's vanity, envy. Barnum says that stuff keeps us poor.
And doesn't that feel incredibly modern? Like, just swap Mrs. Grundy for Instagram.
Spot on. It's the same impulse.
So Barnum says, forget Mrs. Grundy. Be a law unto ourselves. Match your spending to your income. Build that nest egg.
He even argues, kind of provocatively, that simple things like a cold bath or a brisk walk feel better than a fancy carriage ride. And talking with your family is better than some expensive party once you actually appreciate saving.
Once you get that financial peace of mind.
And that anecdote about the sofa, that's brilliant.
Oh, tell that one.
Okay, so this wealthy guy's wife wants a new sofa. Seems simple enough.
Right, one sofa.
But he claims that one sofa ended up costing him $30,000.
What? Ow.
Because the sofa made the old chairs look bad. So new chairs, then new sideboards, new carpets. Pretty soon the whole house felt wrong.
Oh.
They ended up needing a bigger house. And the yearly costs for servants and upkeep hit $11,000, all from one sofa.
Wow. That's lifestyle creep on steroids.
Exactly. It shows Barnum's point. Prosperity is a more severe ordeal than adversity. Because, easy come, easy go. It's so true when you haven't struggled for it.
And that sofa story.
No.
Yeah, that hits home. Okay, so beyond money management, Barnum moves into something else. Health.
Yeah, good health. He calls it the substratum of fortune, the foundation for happiness.
And he's pretty blunt about ignoring nature's laws. Ignorance isn't an excuse, basically.
No free passes.
Yeah.
He has that funny bit about the Puritans.
Oh, yeah.
These pious folks in tiny little bedrooms, like 7 by 9 feet, no ventilation. They lock themselves in tight. Then thank God in the morning for surviving the night. Barnum jokes it was probably just a lucky crack in the window letting in air that saved them.
So even back then, basic health principles were being ignored.
Right. He's saying you can't build wealth if you're undermining your own health. It's fundamental.
And then he gets really specific, almost personal, about bad habits, like tobacco.
Oh, yeah. He calls it something only a vile worm would naturally like.
Ouch.
He says we deliberately train this unnatural appetite. And he admits he struggled with it.
He did, Barnum.
Yep. Smoked 10, 15 cigars a day. Said he trembled like an aspen leaf, heart racing. Before he finally quit after 14 years.
Wow. Okay, so he's speaking from experience.
Definitely. And it makes you wonder, right? If an artificial habit like that can be stronger than nature, what about the ones we have today?
Good question. Like scrolling, maybe? Junk food?
Could be anything. And he applies this logic tenfold to alcohol, intoxicating drinks.
What's his take there?
Calls them an unmitigated evil. Muddle the brain, warp judgment, lead to bad deals, missed chances. Wine is a mocker, he says. Just as bad for business as opium.
Pretty strong words from the Showman.
Very stark warning. He clearly saw how these things wreck people's ability to succeed financially.
Okay, so health first. Then he shifts to your work, your career. Don't mistake your vocation, he says.
Right, don't end up in the wrong line of work.
He criticizes parents forcing kids into professions they aren't suited for, ignoring their natural talents.
He uses himself as an example. Admitted he hated complicated machines, couldn't even whittle a simple cider tap properly.
So know thyself, basically. Find what you're actually good at.
Exactly. Find your calling. He mentions a learned blacksmith who is clearly meant to be a language teacher. If you find work you're naturally suited for, you're not fighting yourself, working uphill constantly.
That feels very relevant today, with people feeling stuck in the wrong job.
Incredibly relevant. Find that natural fit.
But it's not just the what, it's the where. He says you have to select the right location.
Yes. Location, 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 even back then.
He gives an example of a great hotel owner who failed because the hotel was in a tiny village with no travelers.
Right place, wrong time. Or wrong place, rather.
And he tells a story about his own experience in London. Met a talented showman, but his wax figures were, dirty and filthy.
Charming.
Yeah. And the guy was failing despite his skill because of where he was set up. Bad spot.
So what did Barnum do?
He brought him to America, promised him plenty of elbow room.
Change of scenery.
Exactly. And the guy, freed from the fire of that bad location, eventually became worth $60,000.
Wow. So proves the point. Right vocation and right location.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need both. Maybe even a big move.
It's a really powerful combination. Okay, next big rule. Avoid debt.
Uh-oh, the big one.
He calls debt a slavish position. He especially warns against buying stuff you consume on credit, calls it working for a dead horse.
Because when the bill comes due, the thing you bought is already gone. You have nothing to show for it.
Exactly.
And he says creditors have excellent memories. He uses this image of an apprentice Horatio, and a snail.
Snail.
Yeah, the point being, even if they seem slow, creditors will catch up to you. They'll meet or overtake you.
That's a creepy image.
It is. And he points out, money you owe. It's working for the creditor at interest, even while you sleep, making you poorer. His quote is great. Money is, in some respects, like fire. It is a very excellent servant, but a terrible master.
Wow. So what's the solution?
Simple. John Randolph's Philosopher's Stone. Just pay as you go.
Easier said than done today, maybe, with credit so easy.
Definitely more tempting now.
Oh.
But the principle holds.
Okay, so avoid debt. Next up, persevere. Keep going.
Yep. He admits some people seem born tired, but he believes things like self-reliance, perseverance. You can cultivate those.
You can learn them.
Yeah. He quotes Shakespeare, "There is a tide in the affairs of men." You know the one. Seize the moment.
Right. And Solomon from the Bible, the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Basically, don't be lazy.
And he contrasts people who give up after a financial loss with others who face way worse problems but just keep pushing through. Simple perseverance. He gives an example of two generals.
Okay.
Equally talented, but one wins through sheer persistence. The other fails because he hesitates. It's that grit, that follow-through.
That makes sense. And tied to that is his advice. Whatever you do, do it with all your might.
You all in. Work early, work late. Leave not a stone unturned.
He really doesn't like people just waiting for luck, waiting for something to turn up, like macabre again.
No. For those people, he says, what usually turns up is the poorhouse or jail.
Harsh.
He emphasizes doing your part. Like the story of Muhammad telling his follower, don't just pray, tie thy camel and trust it to God. Take action.
Right. Faith plus works. Or effort, anyway.
Which leads right into depend upon your own personal exertions. You have to understand your own business.
You can't just rely on others.
No. You need to learn it inside out, through your own effort, your own experience. He mentions Cuvier, the naturalist.
The bone guy.
Yes, so good he could identify an animal from just one bone.
Wow.
He even supposedly identified a student prankster wrapped in a cow skin, just by looking at the hoof part. Divided hoof graminivorous, can't be done. Meaning you can't fool me, I know my stuff.
That's intense. So know your business deeply. It's an absolute necessity.
You have to be the expert in your own field.
He also mentions the elder Rothschild's advice, which sounds like a contradiction. Be cautious and bold.
Right. How can you be both?
Well, Barnum explains it as be cautious, careful in your planning, think it through.
Okay.
But then when you act, be bold, decisive, don't hesitate. Boldness without the caution first is just recklessness.
Ah, okay. Plan carefully, execute forcefully. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Rothschild also apparently said never have anything to do with an unlucky man or place. That sounds a bit harsh.
It does, but Barnum clarifies. He says there's no real luck, not in the long run, like causes produce like effects.
Mimi.
If someone always seems to fail, there's probably an underlying reason, a fault in their approach, even if you can't see it easily.
So it's about recognizing patterns, not superstition.
Right.
Choosing partners or locations based on track record, not just hoping for luck.
Exactly. It's quite a practical, almost scientific view.
Interesting.
Okay, shifting to actual business practices. Barnum says, use the best tools.
Makes sense. Good equipment.
Yes, but especially living tools, your employees.
People are the most important tool.
Right. He quotes someone, Mr. Beecher, describing employees. Some have one finger that thinks, some have two fingers.
Okay.
But the best employee has a brain that thinks, I think all over. You want people who are fully engaged, using their minds.
That's a great image.
Yeah.
Hire thinkers, not just doers.
Yeah. And this leads to a big warning. Don't get above your business.
Meaning don't get too big for your britches.
Sort of. He strongly advises against starting out with money you didn't earn yourself, like borrowed money or inheritance.
Why is that? Seems like a head start.
He brings up Mr. Astor, the millionaire. Astor said his first $1,000 was harder to get than all the millions that came after.
Because he had to really scrimp and save for it.
Exactly. Barnum's point is easy come, easy go. If you didn't struggle for the money, you don't truly understand its value. You're more likely to waste it.
That explains the paradox he mentions.
Yeah.
Rich boys getting poor.
Yeah. Because they never learned the value of a dollar, basically.
Yeah.
He contrasts them with the self-made titans, Girard, Stewart, Astor, Vanderbilt.
All started poor.
Right. They built fortunes through sheer hard work, industry, perseverance. They understood value because they created it.
And he felt that was particularly true in America, that the man makes the business, not the other way around like he saw in England.
Yeah, it encourages ambition. He quotes a lawyer telling a student, "The basement is much crowded, but there is plenty of room upstairs."
Meaning, strive to be excellent in your field. There's always room at the top. Your motto should be Excelsior. Keep climbing.
Love that. He also briefly mentions learning a useful trade as a backup plan.
Good practical advice.
Not being too visionary, stay grounded, and this is crucial. Do not scatter your powers.
As a focus.
Yes, a constant hammering on one nail will generally drive it home at last. Focus your energy. So important today with all the distractions.
Absolute critical.
And then be systematic. Have a system, a time and place for everything. Orderliness.
But he has a funny story about that too, right? About taking systems too far.
Oh, yeah. The Astor House Hotel in New York. They had this very rigid system.
Yeah.
And this waiter, Pat, forces a guest to eat soup he didn't even order.
Why?
Because it was soup time, according to the system. Pat wouldn't deviate.
Ha. That's hilarious. So systems are good, but don't let them make you inflexible or annoy your customers.
Exactly. Use judgment, which leads to promotion. Advertise your business.
The showman knew a thing or two about advertising.
You bet. If you got something good, tell people. He warns that doing just a little advertising is dangerous. It's often wasted.
Right, you need persistence. He quotes someone saying it takes like 7 times seeing an ad before someone buys?
Something like that. Repetition is key. And the famous Jenin the Hatter story.
Oh, the Jenny Lind ticket.
Yeah. Jenin paid $225, a huge sum then, for the very first ticket to Jenny Lind's concert.
Pure publicity stunt.
Totally. Created a massive sensation. Barnum says Jenin sold 10,000 extra hats a year for 6 years because of that one act. Genius marketing.
Way ahead of its time.
But it's not just flashy ads. He also stresses, be polite and kind to your customer.
That's your best capital, he calls it.
Right. He tells a story from his own museum. An usher wanted to retaliate against a rude customer.
Uh-oh.
Barnum stopped him, said, "I cannot afford to lose a customer, even a difficult one."
Wow. Customer is king, even if they're unpleasant.
Basically, politeness, treating people well, that brings customers back. Still true, maybe even more so now with online reviews and everything.
Definitely. One bad interaction can spread fast.
He even advises, be charitable, give back.
Not just because it's the right thing to do.
Well, yes, but also because the liberal man will command patronage. Generosity builds goodwill, which helps business, though he emphasizes helping those willing to help themselves, not just indiscriminate handouts.
So strategic charity, but still charity.
Yeah. And one last practical tip. Don't blab.
Keep your mouth shut about business details.
Pretty much. Don't boast about profits. Don't whine about losses. Keep your business secrets secret. He quotes Goethe's Mephistopheles. Never write a letter nor destroy one. Be discreet.
Good advice. What you don't say matters.
But after all that, the final, ultimate golden rule, the one he calls more precious than diamonds or rubies,
What is it?
preserve your integrity.
Ah, character.
Absolutely. He slams that cynical advice. Get money. Get it honestly if you can, but get money. He calls that wicked and stupid.
Why stupid?
Because dishonesty just doesn't work long term. It inevitably leads to ruin. The prisons are full of people who tried it, he says.
Sooner or later, it catches up with you.
Yeah. He quotes Franklin again, honesty is the best policy. But then he adds something really profound.
What's that?
Getting rich isn't the same as being successful. Money, if you use it right, can actually bless people, expand happiness.
So money getters can be benefactors of our race.
If they act with integrity and use their wealth well, it adds this whole moral layer to it all. It's not just about accumulation.
That's a powerful closing thought from him.
Wow. Okay, so that was quite the journey through Barnum's mind. Far more than just a circus promoter.
Absolutely. The art of money getting is surprisingly, well, earnest, practical. It's about hard work, self-control, integrity, providing real value.
He really was a visionary in his own way, wasn't he?
Indeed. And it's amazing how these fundamental principles hold up. Doesn't matter if you're building a circus or just trying to get your own finances sorted.
Yeah.
False economy, finding the right path, being honest. It all still cuts through the noise today. Timeless truths about people and money. Just as relevant now as in 1880.
It really makes you think, though. In our world today, with instant everything, social media pressure, endless distractions, which of Barnum's rules feels the hardest to follow?
Good question.
Like preserving integrity when corners could be cut, avoiding debt when it's offered everywhere, staying focused, not scattering your powers. What do you find most challenging today? What really stands out?
Definitely something to chew on.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Hope it gave you some food for thought, maybe some things to apply. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.